Hello students, welcome to the sentences online classes. We are working from home. So in the previous videos, I've told you that for a function, whether it is attains maximum or minimum value, we always put slope equals to 0. But these were the functions which were continuous at the same time, they were all differentiable. But now I'll talk a different type of function. Suppose I have a function fx equals to mod x minus 1. So just let me draw this graph first. So the graph would be the like this at x equals to 1. So I can clearly see that at x equal to 1 function is not differentiable because the left side to the 1 the slope is downwarding negative, and in the right side of the 1 the slope is upwarding, it means plus. So function is not differentiable at x equals to 1, but the function is attaining its minimum value at x equals to 1. So for a function having minimum or maximum value, there will be two conditions, either for maxima and minima. Either slope will be equals to 0 like this and this, or slope does not exist like this point. Okay, so but whether the function is differentiable or not, but we can have maximum or minimum value. So please note down this concept and we'll move forward. Now we will look at the first part of question number 2. The function is fx equals to mod x plus 2 minus 1. We have to find the maximum or minimum value if exists. So first of all, I am solving it graphically. So this is the graph of this function. So we can clearly see that x equals to minus 2, function is attaining its minimum. Though function is not differentiable at x equal to minus 2, but function is attaining its minimum value, which is minus 1. So at x equals to minus 2, function is attaining minimum value, and the minimum value is f minus 2 would be minus 2, it would be minus 1. Okay, but now we'll solve it step by step. That was the graphical method, so you are good to go. If you are good at making graphs, you can solve it by like this as well. Okay, now fx equals to, whenever we have given a mod function, we need to define for its domain whether it is positive or negative. So if x plus 2 is less than 0, it means what? If x is less than minus 2, then this part will be negative. Mod will put in another mod minus outside the mod, so it becomes minus x plus 2 minus 1. And if x plus 2 is greater than or equals to 0, it means x greater than minus and equals to 2, so it will be positive. So x plus 2 minus 1, so fx would be minus x, and minus 2 and minus 1 minus 3 if x is less than minus 2, and it would be x plus 2, it means x plus 1 if x is greater than minus 2. Okay, clearly at x equals to minus 2, function is not differentiable because they are the tilt point. But before 2 and after 2, function is differentiable, function is continuous. But at x is equal to minus 2, function is not differentiable. Okay, so now as we can see that now we'll find out the f dash x. Now I am finding out the differentiation before minus 2 and after minus 2. I am not finding out at minus 2 because it doesn't exist. So please get one thing very clear. Okay, so f dash x. So it would be minus 1 and minus 3 would be 0 because it's constant if x is less than minus 2. Now x would be 1 and 1 becomes 0 because it is constant if x is greater than minus 2. So I have find out the slope. Now look at, this is your point minus 2. Okay, this is the point minus 2. So in the left side of the minus 2, the slope is f dash x, it means slope is negative. Slope is negative, it means it is downwarded. and to the right side of minus 2, it means this side slope is positive. It means the slope is upwarded. So we can say that the slope of the function to the left side of minus 2 is changing from minus to plus. Hence, minus 2 is the point of minima. Minus 2 is the point of minima, and the minimum value f minus 2 would be mod x minus 2 plus would be 0 equals to minus 1. This is our answer. And what about the maximum value? Since we have a minimum value, but how long this function would go to the y-axis, we don't know, because the domain is the real number. Here domain is the real number. So we really don't know the maximum value. So we would say function does not possess any maximum value, but function has minimum value at x equals to minus 10, minus 2 and value is minus 1. Please pause the video and note it down. Now we will look at the question number third part of question number second and fourth part. Okay, so do one thing, solve it by the first order test, okay, by yourself. Now I am doing it by the technique of domain. Okay, so we know that sine 2x minimum value and maximum value, it will always be lie between minus 1 to 1. Okay, whatever the angle is, the minimum and the maximum value of sine would be in between minus 1 to 1. Okay, so now make this form like that. So I am adding 5 to both sides of inequality. So add 5 over here, so it becomes 4 is less than sine 2x plus 5 is 6. So the value of sine 2x plus 5 will lie between 4 and 6. So minimum value of hx is 4 and maximum value of hx is 6. Answer. You will get such kind of questions in optional 1 mark question. Okay, so no need to take tension over that. Okay, now look at the fourth part. Fx equals to sine 4x plus 3. So again, whatever the angle is, irrespective of angle, the value of sine function will always lie in between minus 1 to 1. Okay, now I'm adding 3 to both sides, so it will become 2 sine 4x plus 3 less than equal to 1. Now I'm taking mod of all the sides. It is positive, doesn't matter. It is positive, doesn't matter. So I could say 2 less than mod sine 4x plus 3 is less than 1. So minimum of fx, minimum value of fx is 2 and it becomes 4. And maximum value of fx would be 4. Okay, answer. Very simple. Student, please note it down and pause the video. Now look at the question number third part of third question. Hx equals to sin x plus cos x and domain of function lie between in the first quadrant. Okay, so in the first quadrant 0 to pi by 2 only. Okay, so now this is equation first. Now we'll find out the slope. It means h dash x. So it would become cos x minus sin x. So for extreme points, put h dash x equals to 0. We'll put slope equals to 0. So it means what? Cos x minus sin x equals to 0. It implies what? That cos x equals to sin x. So in the first quadrant, for which angle cos x and sin x have the same value? Obviously for the theta equals to pi by 4, because both have the value 1 upon root 2. So x would be pi by 4. So this is my critical point. Okay, so now I will draw the critical point over here and my interval is 0 to pi by 4. So I will take test value pi by 6 for this interval and my test value pi by 3 for this interval. Okay, so now let me calculate the slope at pi by 6. It means h dash pi by 6. So So it would be cos pi by 6 minus sin pi by 6. So cos pi by 6 is under root 3 upon 2 and sin pi by 6 minus 1 upon 2. It would be positive. Okay. So to the left side of the pi by 4, the slope of the function is positive. Now I will check out the function at x equals to pi by 3. So h dash pi by 3. It means what? Cos pi by 3 minus sin pi by 3. So it would be cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 minus under root 3 by 2. So it would be negative. So the right side of the pi by 4, the slope is negative. Okay. Suppose this is the point pi by 4. Okay. So to the left side of the function, the slope is upwarded, and to the right side of the point, slope is downwarded. So pi by 4 would be the point of maxima, since the slope of the function from left to right is changing from plus to minus. Hence by the first order derivative test, x equals to pi by 4 is the point of maxima. And the maximum value would be maximum value of hx would be h pi by 2 at pi by 4. So it would be cos pi by 4 plus sin pi by 4. It means what? 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2. So it will come 2 upon root 2. It means root 2. So that is the maximum value of the function. Please pause the video and note it down. Now third part of the third question. Fx equals to sin x plus cos x, and here domain is 0 to 2 pi in all the 4 quadrants. That is an open interval. Okay. So now let question number first. First of all, we'll find out the slope, and slope would be cos x and minus sin x. So for extreme values, put h dash x equals to 0. It means what? Cos x minus sin x equals to 0 implies what? Sin x equals to cos x, and it will become tan x equals to 1. Okay, students? Now, so from here, x would be, we have to choose in the all 4 quadrant what values x can take. Okay, so cos x minus sin x equals to 0. Yeah. So x would be positive in first quadrant and in the third quadrant. So the value of x would be pi by 4, 2 pi by 4, 3 by 4, 4 and 5 by 4. So these are the two values at which the value of tan x would be 1. So these are my critical values. Pi by 4 and 5 pi by 4, 0 to 2 pi. Okay, students? Now we'll look at, so for this quadrant I am taking pi by 6 as my test value. Okay, and for this I am taking pi by 2 as my test value, and for this I am taking 3 pi by 2 as my test value. All the steps are similar. I hope you can solve it. These are those I have solved the critical points. So now please pause the video and note it down.